It would, indeed, seem rather unlikely that the visit of 3 itinerant astrologers would create such a stir in Jerusalem. In the first place, how could these foreigners ever get in to see King Herod? Why would their question cause the king to be troubled, and all Jerusalem with him, as stated in Matthew chapter 2 verse 3? All this becomes understandable when it is realized that the visitors probably consisted of much more than 3 foreign astrologers, as a number of modern translations call the wise men. There were very likely more than 3 Magi in the group, probably a dozen or more. They had come from the east, and were themselves representatives of one or more great nations, traveling no doubt with a military escort and a sizable entourage of servants. Even so, why should this upset a powerful king acting under authority of the great Roman Empire, supposedly dominant in all the known world of that time? Herod had been appointed king of the Jews, by no less than the great Caesar Augustus himself, so why should he be troubled by these dignitaries from the east? The fact is, that the Roman Empire was not dominant in all the known world. In fact, the various nations east of Judea, Persia, Babylonia, Assyria, etc., were not part of the Roman Empire at all, but rather part of the large and powerful Parthian Empire, which was a serious rival to Rome, and had defeated several attempts by the Roman legions, including one led by Herod himself, before he became king, to subjugate her. There is reason to believe that, at this time, the Parthians, currently known as Persians, were actually threatening Rome along the nearby boundaries of the Roman Empire. Herod had been appointed king of the Jews as his official title by Rome, but here was a delegation from a powerful enemy empire demanding information about someone born king of the Jews. No wonder Herod was troubled. Furthermore, the entourage was not traveling on camels, as the Christmas cards tend to picture them, but on strong horses, for that was how Persian nobles traveled, and they were quite confident that this coming king was already in the land, and that his presence had been announced by God himself through a star in the heavens. The rest of Jerusalem was also troubled by what seemed an imminent threat of invasion. The religious leaders were undoubtedly embarrassed, as well as troubled, that they, of all people, had to be informed by foreigners about the coming of Messiah. Although these Jewish religious leaders were not looking for the Messiah, and did not really want him to come and upset their own profitable operations, they did at least know about the messianic prophecies. King Herod, who was a descendant of Edomites, did not know the prophecies himself, but when he inquired of the chief priests and scribes, they were able to tell him where this coming king Messiah was to be born. Paraphrasing Micah 5:2, they said,
"In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel."